Welcome back to Conspiracy Outpost Feast and Famine, the Fall of Medenvard. This is probably still not D&D actual play podcast using my slightly customized system. I'm the Gate Master. Not the Gate Master, the Game Master, although I do also control the gates and doors. Nate Nasty. Let's introduce our cast of fabulous players.
Daigle Scotouch, occupation sin eater. At least I used to be. I've only ever been knocked as a tool, being borrowed from time to time when the need rises. Not human, not saint, just nothing. I guess I'm closer to a demon than anything. I've seen and heard more sins in a confession booth than take every one of those with me. What does it mean to be human in this world? How much does it cost to keep your hands clean? Must be a luxury of the church and the elites.
My name's Edgar Nolan. I'm a volatile mixologist, and I love animals. Mainly the idea of such beautiful creatures with no sin. They're so beautiful.
Oh, he's been hurt. You can tell.
John Gilmore, Scarred Monk. Since the brand has solidified our brotherhood, I have found a new trust in my fellow Slop Tops.
My name is Wilton Bonecrag, and I plan to capture one of every bird in the realm and have him perch on my space tree. I miss my space tree.
Oh, speaking of Wilton's space tree, well, during our last episode, we had quite a surprising occurrence with a duel to the death, which began, of course, as we all know, over a few drunken nights ago. A mysterious occurrence happened between Brella and Tyvor, who are other mercenaries of Miser's Keep, and our own Daigle Scott Hatch. Still a mystery to this day, and probably never will be revealed. In the morning, they had breakfast, and a big food fight was started, and Daigle shoved a sausage down his throat, choking him, and he invoked the rule of the five and called for a duel. And the duel happened in the arena right at Miser's Keep, where Daigle almost met his demise at the hammer and longsword of Tyvor, but in the last minute managed to stab through his chest and murk that fool. So now that guy's buried in the cliff sides, and Daigle is in the infirmary. In other news, they've got a new contract. So coming back into the scene, the smell of alcohol and perhaps hydrogen peroxide, if they have that at this era of time, which they probably do, you can smell inside of the infirmary. There's light peeking in through the windows. It is the morning time, and the group is now gathered here. Daigle sitting up on the edge of the bed with bandages over his sword wounds, which have been healing quite nicely with the unguents that have been applied to his body by Aaliyah and her team of field medics. So the boys, the Slop Tops, the branded Slop Tops, are now gathered together in the infirmary, a couple days late for their contract heading out to Stovehurst, but ready as ever, I imagine.
Daigle, are you ready to get your lazy ass out of bed and let's get on our fucking contract, man?
I've been ready, Bonecrag. I've been waiting on you.
I grab him and pull him up out of bed and say, geez, dude, you keep going like this and fucking people off. You're going to start looking like me.
What are you talking about? I've probably got more scars than you're hiding.
I highly doubt that.
Let me see him.
You've seen them.
Let me see him again. Show everybody. You want to... God, this fucking... Put it away, you fucking raisin.
John Gilmore's body's entirely... Did you reveal some of your body?
Yeah, I just went like this. I pulled my collar down on screen.
Yeah, he pulled down his collar, revealing that there is like just a ton of scars amassed around his collarbones and the base of his neck, usually just out of sight from the leathers that he wears and clothing.
You look like a fucking raisin, man. Put that shit away. You're gonna scare the nurse.
Dick.
She's gonna accidentally stick somebody.
all that just to give me some shit. I figured you saw this last fucking time you were awake when we got the goddamn brand.
Oh, Aaliyah pulls back the curtain because all the hospitals have curtains around the bed, so the curtain goes, whoosh, and Aaliyah's standing there and she says, "Well, I've seen worse. I've seen far worse." She says, "But still, you should take it easy for the next couple of days. It's good that you're gonna be traveling. Try not to jostle your wounds too much. Here's a little something for the road." And she hands you a vial of a kind of murky brownish red liquid.
Telling me this is whiskey.
She says, "Most of it isn't." She says, "Well, my sister thinks really highly of you, and I'm happy that you didn't die out there. Although, as a medical professional, I would advise not choking people with breakfast foods."
Yeah, good thing you didn't
Sausages
die
could be
out
the
there.
lunch or dinner food as well.
Good thing you didn't die out there. Otherwise, that would have been a waste of my only health potion.
And in some cases,
Yeah,
dessert.
next person you fuck with might shove their
Excellent observation,
sausage down your
Bonecrack.
throat.
Between you and me, I think you should tell the cafeteria lady that stop making the food so goddamn good that people can't chew.
She says, "Well, I believe that you guys have a contract to take part in, so I'm going to return back down to the laboratory. But I hope that you have a safe trip." And she looks over to you, Edgar, and she says, "And don't forget to pick up those supplies if you can find any in Stovehurst for the lab."
I nod my head, yeah. And understandment.
And understand, and she slips you a small bag, a pouch to you, a little leather
Some
pouch,
pills.
as she's walking out of the room.
Does Edgar know how to read?
Yes, I do. Jackass,
Now-
don't make fun of me because you're the only one here that can't. I'm pretty
He's
sure.
a-
No,
He's only
I
been reading for a few months now.
I wasn't. I didn't remember if you did or
Yeah.
if you were
I
able
just
to or not.
recently learned the word.
He's at a second grade.
hippopotamus.
Yeah, he's like a third grade reading level.
Hey,
I'm gonna-
I can almost spell this. It's a word that it says hippopotamus. Hippopotama.
I give Edgar a nudge and go, "Finally got your hands on that Malfora?"
I don't know what this is. I opened the thing to look at it because I just have no idea what it is.
There is, when you look inside of it, you can see that there are a few small crystals and a few gold pieces, and it looks like they're probably meant for trade.
Oh, for the goods. Okay. All right, I see what we're doing here. Oh yeah, she just said that like 2 seconds ago. I got so wrapped up in my reading.
So you're gonna trust this one to get you your supplies?
The crow flies in through the infirmary window and lands upon Bonecrag's shoulder. Fuck! Shit!
That's loud.
Is he just?
Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
I'll move the mic a little way. Is that better?
Does he have anything tied to him, or is he just being a cunt?
Oh, when the first time that he goes fuck, something clinks to the ground and falls, a piece of metal by the sound of it clicking on the tile.
I pick it up.
It is a little silver coin, and it appears to. When you look at the front of it, you can see that the edges of it are cut. There's like three cuts in the edge, like 1, 2, 3, kind of like in a triangle formation. And then on the front of it, it looks like there were symbols on it, but they've been worn down.
And this thing just brought this to me.
Yes.
I'm gonna put it in my pocket for now. I
Okey
give it a
dokey.
biscuit or something, whatever bird treat I carry upon me.
It enjoys your various bird treat. So it's one thing I can tell you, that you can tell that the piece is silver. It's a silver piece of some kind.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get
Okey
looked
doke.
into that. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget I have that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it came out Tybor's ass.
Yep. Oh, just as a refresher too. So the contract that you have, I should have actually done this in the intro, but the contract that you recently acquired has been received from Grin of Stovehurst, who's the right hand of Archimandrite Moastis, who is pretty high on the orthodoxy. He's like the spiritual and martial leader of Stovehurst, which is an iron producing city. Yeah, it's a big contract, 15 gold per person. You have to exterminate a camp of bandits near the iron mines and bring the head of the leader to Grin and the Archimandrite. You've also been warned that the Archimandrite is an ambitious, untrustworthy man, and you must be sure you do nothing to besmirch the honor of Miser's Keep in handling this contract.
As it was so eloquently put, that Daigle should be quiet.
Yeah, probably.
Secretly has a holster full of sausages.
Wait, can I? Can I take?
I mean, you could.
He's gonna be known throughout the entire place as the meat merc.
Yeah. His breakfast plates for the past 3 days, like he's just been eating the eggs and the potatoes and hiding the sausage.
Looks like you need your protein.
All right, guys. What do you do?
Well,
on the road.
we got our mule, so we got him.
The mule and the
We got him loaded up.
That's important too. Last episode, you bought a mule. Dope.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna help load up the mule. Do that shit. Just get everything ready. I believe we did our shopping last time before we left.
Yeah, I think we should
Yeah,
head out.
I took my
Over
rucksack off
as we
and put it.
can.
I tied a rope to the mule to make it into a pack on the mule. And then I grabbed my regular bag that I had in my foot locker. So
Yeah, I believe
whatever-
we stored our provisions
whatever-
on it.
yeah, I was gonna say whatever rations I think we threw on the fucking mule. But are we taking Lokar with us? We need a mule watcher.
I think we established he was gonna stay behind. Didn't he try to check?
Yeah.
Oh, he checked his club at something. He was good at clubbing, but then he left. He was gonna stay behind and train or something.
Yeah, you
That's
guys
okay.
told him not to come.
Yeah, because he
I'm
didn't
pretty
work
sure
there.
Daigle told him not to come.
I gave the mule a gun. We'll be fine. Nah.
The mule is heavily armed.
He's got a shotgun.
Takes more.
What's your
Takes
mule's
mule.
name? Buckshot. Why you guys call him that?
I'm sorry.
As you guys go out to the courtyard where your mule is still tied up with all of your gear, the crow flies. Russell Crowe flies and lands on the mule's head and goes "fuck," and then the mule goes, and he goes "fucking shit, shit."
Jesus Christ.
You should have named that fucking crow Gilbert Godfrey.
I just looked at Will and go, "The fuck is wrong with your animals, dude?"
He's away with it. Literally.
I don't know.
Your bird seems like it has problems, and your mule just seems like it can't handle that bird.
Animals take after their masters. That's why Wilton's an ass.
I don't know. These animals are stupid. Let's get on this road.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Okay, so you guys begin leaving the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
We're heading south, right?
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah. So you see that a few of Lorne's men are standing at the portcullis, and they open up the big gate and allowed you and the four of you and your mule to pass through. You guys begin setting out. It's a nice fall day right now. The foliage is starting to turn more green while the trees are simultaneously dropping yellow and brown leaves upon the ground. The maples are a fine red this afternoon. You guys descend the mountain, and nearing around as it's like approaching evening, you can see in the distance you're coming to the crossroad. If anybody wants to look at a map right now, you're coming at the crossroad down south from Miser's Keep, and it's the crossroad where it heads to the Eastlands. And you see some smokestacks coming up in the air from that area. At the crossroads towards the Eastlands, you see a large encampment. It seems as if it would shelter over 30 men. The tents are large and raised, most of them the 5-sided shape of a pentagon, each side dyed a different color. There are several large wagons, oxes, horses, even a small flock of sheep that you can see kind of like weaving their way through this encampment. You can see that there, as you get closer, you see that there are 2 men wearing green headbands with black and green checkered robes standing at the entrance to the camp. They're waving to you with smiles on their faces.
Tread carefully, or tread cautiously.
Good morrow, friends.
He says, good morrow. May the holy arrow point you wherever you need to be.
The holy arrow, you say? Explain.
Sounds like a trap.
He says, of course. He says, all of us in Medenvard know of Elohar, the holy arrow, the one who guides, the man of the road.
Sounds
says,
like
Let's say you're living under a rock, or say a keep that oppress their people. What is this holy arrow?
He says, you know not of the holy arrow. He says, well, we are disciples of Elohar, the holy
Why'd you
arrow.
go and do that?
You know the Sacrapentis, right? The 5 saints?
Oh yeah, we all know about them.
He says, yes. Well, Elohar is one of them. In our opinion, the finest. Isn't that right, Landlear? Yes, the finest. He says, well, my name is Erevan. And as you can see, I am an archer.
I'm getting a very ally vibe here.
He says, the 2 of us are here to guide this camp of Lanish men. And the 4 of you, that is a fine mule, might I say.
Thank you.
Interested in a game of mulhousing?
What in the hell?
What the hell is mulhousing?
He says, you'll find out. Just come into the camp. He says, there is... He says the Lanish love to gamble, and mulhousing is their favorite game. He says, but the 4 of you look very much to be like... are you mercenaries by chance?
We're traveling circus performers.
Well, great. Traveling circus performers. You look a little serious for that, young man, but he says perhaps you put on a serious show. He says I would love to see what you can do.
Sounds like a trap.
Yes, Edgar. Let's see what we can do.
We sit down for a ceremony. They're going to be talking and yapping. They're going to puss around a hat, and we're all supposed to pay our silver and gold. And it's supposed to fund something greater than ourselves or something. And it's something I don't think we're ready to be a part of.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. I thought Daigle was gonna start haggling for money to perform.
You look like the gentleman that was knocking on my door at 2 a.m. this morning, weren't you? You're riding your horse with your friend right here. Knocking on my door.
From inside the camp, you can see a man with a bald head, and he has like a big fur coat on, probably alpaca in like bright colors. And he turns towards you guys and he says, customers, I'll be with you in just a moment. And he begins pulling a table out of one of the tents and setting it up and like pulling a bunch of shit out of the tent and loading up the table.
Well, I'm down for a filler episode. Let's go.
This just seems weird.
Let's head over. Let's head over.
Stay on your toes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I put my hands like in my pockets to where my thumbs are out, but I have my my blades between my knuckles to where they can't see.
I'm just thinking somebody's like, you gotta leave your weapons at the door, and then John's like, I guess I gotta stay here because I am the weapon.
The gun show.
I'll stay here with my weapon.
So do So we go to this guy's fucking
Yeah.
half-ass fucking hawk stand that he's thrown together real quick.
Yeah, he pulls out a bright, like kind of like a golden silk blanket and like throws it over the table. You can see that also that there's like a large bonfire in the center of the camp, and you can hear the braying of mules, and you can hear people cheering like yeah, yeah. And you can hear people shouting in another language as well. The guy who's setting up his stall, he lays out the golden silk blanket, and he's like laying out like these arrows and torches and small packs of powder, lanterns, daggers, salt, various items I could tell you more about, and a cage with 2 lovebirds in it.
Ooh.
And a tiger skin robed. Elephant
He's a
meat.
sucker for birds.
I like the way that Wilton smiled and went, "Ooh, at the birds." Hey,
But yeah,
keep your
he's-
More
pecker.
birds for the collection.
The guy says, "Hi, my name is Little Stock.
I bet
Nice
it
to meet
is.
you.
Little stock, you say?
Little Stock," and he
Is that a
stands
nickname?
proud. He says, "No, it's my name. It's my name. I'm Little Stock. You can call me Little or Stock. Or Little Stock. Anything I can interest you boys in."
Yeah, look. What do you have in the ingredients department? I cannot think straight today, guys.
He
Say
says,
that every podcast.
As they're looking, I'm kind of still just glancing around because I feel uneasy here.
okay. He says, "Well, okay." As you're looking around the camp, you can see that the shepherd with his staff is like walking, and there's a bunch of sheep that are just like running between all of the rows, and you can see that there's a dog that's running around the camp too. He's like kind of wolfy with really long black fur, and he's nipping at the heels of the sheep, keeping them in like a as concentrated as he can as they weave through this camp. This camp is like a big circle of very colorful tents, and it seems almost everybody is congregated in like the center where there's a bonfire happening, and you can hear the braying of mules and people cheering deeper inside the camp. But you guys are like towards the outside where this merchant's tent is. So yeah, he's got oil, salt, and he says ingredients. He's like, "Well, what are you looking for? What are you looking for?"
Oh,
Listen,
you go, you dirty boy.
Little cook, you seem like a man of taste. What do you have?
What do you call me?
Your name, the name of the name, right? What do you have outside of the
Oh, yeah.
wares of just the normal mercenary or just regular spices?
Mercenary?
Yes, that's me. I'm a mercenary.
He says, are you all mercenaries or just you?
Just me. I'm here to guard the circus folk.
He says, there might be a job for you. You're going to want to talk to the leader.
Who's the leader?
He says,
Do you have a staircase up to the sky or something? Because assuming
Quest.
you know.
We're already on a quest.
Somebody
we're
just
late
say
for it.
quest.
Did you say
You're
quest?
very late.
We're actually on a quest right now.
We're also on a quest. Where are you guys headed?
Wow, what
Let's
a
get my
coincidence.
swamp back.
Where are we headed? Not much further. Big problems. I don't know if I should tell you about it, though. You should probably talk
Do
to the
it.
big guy.
Why don't you
Is
just
his
tell
name
us?
Big? Is his
Who's
name
the big guy?
Stock?
Everyone's big to you.
Is his name Big Stock?
No, he's Cliff Vaulter. Cliff Vaulter.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about it, and then we'll go talk to him.
I think he vaults off cliffs.
Okay. Now, I got to be careful. People tell me I got a big mouth for such a little
okay.
stock.
We won't tell where it came from.
But
Just stock
A
safe with
whisper's
us.
fine.
we came from the eastern lands, Lane, just outside the borders of Elohim, which is the land of Elohar. We live out in the steppes. And suffice it to say, there's a big problem back there in Elohim, the large eastern kingdom. And we're out here to retrieve something, and we run into a bit of an issue. That's about all I can tell you.
What was the issue though?
He says, I really don't think I should be talking about it too much, just in case you guys are the wrong folk. Cliff Valter would know. Cliff
I
Valter would
flip him
know.
a silver piece and be like, I'm sure this will grease the wheels a little bit.
Okay, roll a. Okay, good. Fail. He says, now he slaps it down back on the table and slides it over. He says, now I'd be happy to sell you something, but I just can't tell you that.
Can I do a deception check and be like, say we are the wrong people that you're looking for, and then can I grab him by the shoulder? And maybe it's better off if you tell us right now.
I think that's an intimidate. It's not a deception.
Oh, okay. Shit, I don't have shit all for intimidation.
It sounds intimidating.
It does sound intimidating. I'm a little scared.
I don't do that.
I got a wreck.
I do that. I do that, but then I wink at him, and then I blow kissy face at him.
Okay. Roll a persuasion.
A mixed signal check. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, that would still be taken as intimidating if this was in prison.
This is sexually intimidating.
You are being very aggressive.
Those doubts.
Dice roller.
Plus your charisma bonus, +1, right? Let's.
Oh yes.
Okay. And so he blows a little kiss back, and he says, "Not right now, honey." He says, "Please, I'm urging you, please, don't get me in trouble."
Right, little cook. Who's the superior? Where can we find?
No, I swear you didn't say little stock right there. I swear. I swear I heard something
What are you
else.
talking about? It's the name of a name.
I want to talk to somebody else.
Little Stock, what are you selling here? What do you have?
What did you say it
Yeah, we
to?
got low cock.
What the? You know what? You know what, guys?
Like that.
I said little stock.
Maybe you're getting high on your own. Maybe you're getting high on your own supply. What do you got back there behind the counter? But you're not putting it on the front.
He lifts up. He puts his leg up on the table, and then he lifts up his robe, and he's got kind of like this leather strap wrapped around his leg with a bunch of little pouches attached to it.
Damn, you know what? You know
Looking
what
for
got
something
it
like
raised?
this?
I'm looking for exactly that is whatever that is. That's not your dick. That's strapped to your leg.
Okay, so you see that there's a bunch of little tiny leather pouches that are attached to his leg.
Is any of that Malfora?
He says all of it.
How much for a pouch?
And he winks at you and he licks his lips.
How much? Now my eyes just widen up and I get like closer. I'm like, how much for one of
He
those?
says, well, these are raw, so just
Or like a raw.
he gives you, he kind of like winces, he like narrows his eyes, he raises one eyebrow, and he's like, 2 silver.
Best I could do is 1.
What?
Yeah, I was gonna make it.
Did I roll for that?
Gonna say 2 silver back.
You can roll for that, yeah.
Nice.
Make it roll. Oh my gosh. He says, you know what? You got a deal.
I'm gonna
I'll
give him
flick him a
2.
silver.
I'm gonna give him 2 silver for 2. I want 2 pouches.
All right, he hands over 3 pouches of Malfoy. Each one we're just gonna say is a dose, okay?
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys on this journey with me.
Inside of the little containers are these black, like inky black but fuzzy leaves that have kind of like a white vein down the center of them.
Oh yeah, it does.
Oh yeah.
What do you say, Wilton? You wanna go off and see what the Hubble Bubble's about?
You know I'm down, but it's raw. I don't know if do we have to do something
can
to do we have to like cook it first?
Little Salt, what can you
Process
tell
it.
us about Malfora?
He says, "Hey, you just eat it. You just go ahead and eat it." He says, "What can I tell you about Malfora? Shit, what can I tell you about Malfora?"
Hey Daigle, you gonna get on this?
He says,
I'd love to, but I can't do it when I'm on the job.
he says,
Whiskey I could do no better.
now us folk in the Lanish steppes have used Malfora for a lot of years, for many generations, and it's you folks further out in Medenvard who have kind of cooked and corrupted it. You eat this stuff, the wild shit, the real shit, and you have a good time. You see some funny things, sometimes insightful, sometimes horrific, sometimes mind melting. Sometimes you see your grandma fucking a dog.
Or pit, or
Was she,
I just
was
and
she,
I
was she fucking or was she getting fucked?
It doesn't matter. Sometimes both.
I mumble
nice.
it's like I mumble or pig people. Have you heard about any like foresight, any type of precognition kind of things happening, cases like that?
Oh, you're talking about the long eye.
The long eye?
Yeah, the long eye.
Are we
That's
still
what-
talking about a grandma pussy again?
Oh my god.
This Malfora is one pouch one serving?
Yeah, he said one dose.
He says,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He says,
Okay.
yeah. But you're talking about the long eye. He says, yeah, some people do use it. Many people who some people chase the long eye too hard, end up losing their mind. So you be careful. I wouldn't go for that.
How would one go about obtaining?
But if you
this
do
long
go
eye?
for that, buy it only from me because I'm going to sell you a lot.
So,
For a
do they
good
all?
price, I hope.
What is it?
For an
Like
excellent price.
Is it a percentage? Like, how does it work? Does it just happen?
He says it just happens. People believe that the closer you are to the saints, or the closer that you are to mana, the closer that you are to like your spirit, the more you might be connected to the visions associated with the long eye.
What if your
Um,
closeness delves more into hatred rather
say
than spirituality?
Well, you might get the long eye, but not see something you want to see. Might see something you really don't.
I want to delve into the eyes of Severin.
He says, and last but not least, they say that women are most susceptible to having the long eye.
There you go, Edgar. You have nothing to worry about then.
Neither does your mom, Wilton. Turn back around.
Oh,
Because she's
So is
well
this-
taken care of. Because she's dead.
So you're saying that people here in Medenvard have kind of corrupted the pure form of it? This is a lot safer than taking.
he says, yeah. I don't know what they do to it, but they turn it into some sort of tar, and I don't know. I've seen a lot of people get pretty bad off it. Or I've heard really. I haven't seen it that much. I haven't spent too much time out this way. This is my second time being however many hundreds of miles I am from the steppes right now.
If we take on your quests that you guys need aid with, are you willing to part with more of this Malfora?
He said,
And coin.
He says, I sell it. He says, yeah, you can buy as much as you want.
All right. I guess that works. I'm done with my questions. I just walk away.
He says, good.
All right, little cook. Who's the big head honcho here? Point us in the direction. We'll head towards him.
He says, fuck
We'll
you.
take on
And
this
it's
quest.
Cliff Walter.
Cliff
He's in
Walter.
he's in the middle of the camp.
Cliff Lunger.
They weren't lying when they said you had a big mouth, huh?
A big what?
A big mouth.
Moth? Oh.
I start
Oh, it's
walking
the
away.
Scottish
See you later,
accent.
little dick.
And you can see he just kind of like he kicks the edge of the table and like a vial of salt falls off and he goes, "Damn it!" And he starts picking up his shit. Rubs his bald head. As you guys head towards the center of the camp, you can see that there is there's a pen that's been set up, and all of the sheep are being led into the pen for the night, and they're like ass to mouth. These sheep, they're all fucking like loaded in, side to side, squeezed in there like sardines. There's a big bonfire, and there's a couple of mules, and you can see that they are wearing these kind of like a breastplate, made of brass, ceremonial looking, with these knobs on it that are painted green and red. And tied to the knobs are a bunch of rope, and they're connected, and the mules are like pulling in opposite directions. And you can see there's a bunch of skid marks on the ground. There's a bunch of sweaty guys with like pouches of gold just like shaking them like, "Yeah, got him! They're speaking in another language too. It's hard to understand what they're saying, but
Fellas, an execution is taking place.
Tug of war, but with mules.
No, tug of war, but with limbs of a human subject.
And you can see that another short man, but with like really broad shoulders and just well built, strong, long hair braided on both sides of his head, beard braided as well. Turns towards you guys, and you can see that he's wearing a breastplate that's actually similar in coloration to the mules, also bronze. And he begins walking towards you guys, and he shouts to the other men. He says, "Looks like we have visitors."
No, you don't have visitors. You have competitors.
You have guests. So how about a drink, my friends?
He says,
It's the first smart thing he said all day, since ever.
He nods at you, and he turns to the others, and he says, "Yes." He says, "Pass them the potato wine."
The potato wine.
And a jug of clear alcohol comes towards you guys.
I take a little bit of the poaching.
You have a sip of pure 80 proof vodka.
Is he alive still? Oh, is he good?
No, he's dead. He died, unfortunately. He's gone now. He survived the duel. He survived being stabbed in the chest. Died from the vodka.
Got that liver rot.
And your spirit came out your ass because that's what happened.
Fuck it, I take a swig too. Hopefully it's not poisoned. Does it smell like anything?
We keep our buttholes tight so the spirits can't get away with their ghostly.
I feel like we're being more suspicious than we need to be. I don't know.
And he says, "I am Cliff Walter. You can call me Cliff." He says, "I lead the Carling Rams, a respected clan of Eastern Lane. You look like fighting men. Would you happen to be mercenaries?"
You got that right. I heard you have a quest for us. I heard that you are in need. You have something that needs to be doing, and we can do those for you.
He says, "Yes."
If the price is right.
He says, "Here, grab that jug of potato wine and join me in my hut."
Yes, I'm already there. Yeah, hand me that wine.
Just as you guys are walking away, you can see that the mule pulls the other mule over a line that's cut into the earth, and everybody goes, and half of the crowd goes, "Yeah!" And they undo the mules, and you can see that this one guy just like brings a jug of beer and puts it up to the mule's mouth, the winning mule, and it's just like. And yeah, you can see a bunch of people. There's coins exchanging hands. Everybody's excited. Sweat and fire and smoke. And you enter. So he's got some fur topped like stools that are set up around this table. And you can see that there's maps and plans and stuff that are all over the top of the table. There's a lot of things scrawled in the Lanish language. He sits you down. And when you guys sit down, you guys on this tall stools, you guys are probably about the same height as he is standing. He stays standing at the other side of the table, and he says, Orlanish Manslaw, similar to king or lord in your land, has sent us on a quest to the Lonely Tower. Legend holds that there is an artifact of some manner within, something which may help us to stop the plagues in the east. Elohim has shut its borders to stop the spread, even going so far as not allowing their disciples, such as Erevan and Landlear, who you may have met at the entrance, to return home until there are signs of its slowing. If you could help us with retrieving this artifact, we would compensate you well.
Where was the artifact at?
Yeah.
He says, the Lonely Tower, which is on your map if you want to check your maps.
That's what I was wondering. I just missed what you said. All right, perfect. That's on our way to Stovehurst. Beautiful.
How about you pace a little bit now, just in case we die on the way? Because we'll get that. Pace a small stuff. How about you pay us about a quarter? It's probably nothing to you. Pace about a quarter of what you'd offer us in return, and it's on our way to our original destination. Just in case we don't make it, it's worth dying for, right?
He says, this is not how business is done in Lane, and I doubt this is how business is done here. You insult me.
I was just.
I smack Daigle and I say, "Don't listen to this man."
He says, a job is a job, and a man is paid when a job is complete.
How much? How much were you offering?
He says, gold.
How much gold?
He says,
that's,
well,
that's better than silver. That's what that is right
he
there.
says, we may negotiate a price. He says, perhaps before negotiating the price, you would like to ask questions. He says, get your lay of the contract before you accept it, before we set a price. He says, this is the way of our negotiation.
Is there any dangers retrieving the artifact?
He says, yes, there are dangers.
What kind
He
of
says-
dangers?
He says,
Is it man?
if it was simple as us just walking into the tower, taking the artifact and returning home, we would have done so already. But we are caught in a predicament. We cannot fight abroad, a sacred law. We only defend the hearths of the east with deadly force. We do not wield war in the lands beyond. There are
A
other men
pacifist.
camped upon the Lonely Tower, perhaps others within. We've attempted to parley with them. They fired arrows, shouted obscenities, and ran upon us with weapons drawn. It would be sacrilege to lay low these men, though very easy if I were allowed, be they scoundrels or saints.
I have a proposition for you. We
Sounds
have
good, we'll
something
take
to
the
do in
contract.
the area. How about you meet us near the Lonely Tower on our way back, and we go in for you?
He says potentially, He says, I'll have to think this over, but it may be possible for us to move our camp closer to the tower.
Okay.
He says, this I may be able to do.
I have spoken.
Cliff
Well,
Leaper.
Beautiful. What else?
That
What
would,
else?
that
do you-
would help us
any other?
immensely because not to get too much into detail, but the work we have in the area, we're already running a bit late on, so we probably have to get going.
He says, well, while the plague is spreading and the plague is new, he says if we happen to find someone else to take this contract first, you may find yourself in competition. He says, but if you are, but as of now, if you accept this, we would be relying on you best we could, He says, so if you take this contract, he says time is of the essence for saving lives. He says, but there's no express time limit.
Understood. Could I have a few moments to convene with my
So do we take
companions?
it? We take it. It's a yes or no question.
Hagel.
It doesn't matter. If we take it, there's someone else on the job anyways. If they get it there, if they reach the finish line before us, that's fine. If we get there, then that's fine.
I nudge Edgar and I just say we both have shit to do where we're going.
Artifact.
Me and
is
Daigle
Johnson and
know.
Johnson.
Y'all got something to do.
So he says you have
Big
he says
chillin'.
you have other places to be.
we have business to attend to in another village. Lives are also on the line there.
He says yes. He says you must do for your countrymen first. We are outsiders. You must do first for your countrymen. He says, help us if you can. He says, we shall be here for a time. We shall be seeking others to try and complete this. We have already found several, but none have returned. He says, if you'd be willing to take this contract, he says, I will sign with you now. We will negotiate a price. You will go on your way. And if you can complete it before anybody else does, you will be well rewarded.
That seems reasonable. I
More than
say,
reasonable.
I'm in. What
Yeah,
about the rest
I'm
of
in.
the Slop Tops?
Slop Tops on for free.
One, that was unanimous.
Slop Tops!
We don't say yes or no. We just go Slop Tops. that was unanimous.
Sloppy toppy.
He says,
We'll
very
take
well.
on-
He says, given the nature of this assignment, transporting a holy relic, I'll start negotiations at 10 gold pieces per
How
person.
about this?
25.
How about we start the negotiations once we have the artifact? That would be fair for both of us, wouldn't it?
He says, this is not how we do business.
Well,
I
how
get
do you
the
do
angle,
business?
though.
25 gold per.
25 gold per.
How much do you think our lives
It's
are
a
worth
holy
it? How much do you think our
artifact worth a
time's
lot.
worth it?
And you say
Worth a
you
lot
did
more than
send
40
multiple
gold.
people there and they
Roll
haven't
a-
returned.
Roll a d20.
Rolling it. 20 again.
Oh,
He says,
Oh, we're fucked.
he says,
Greg!
he says, you make a strong case. It is quite dangerous. He says, others have perished. We have seen dangerous men about the area. You will have your 25 gold per person on the honor of Cliff Walter, chief of the Carling Rams. I put this on myself. And he crosses his chest and he pulls a piece of red fabric out from inside of his lapel, and he hands it out to you guys, or to one of you. He's like holding onto it with his fist.
How big is this fabric? Like, can I wrap
Yeah,
it around
it's-
my forehead like a bandana?
It's like 2 feet long. He said,
That's disrespectful.
I grab
to
it.
their culture.
"You grab it." Okay, and he pulls. He's pulling.
Oh shit!
Oh, it's
Fuck again!
You're in a tug of war.
I'm gonna start again!
Yeah, you start pulling. Okay, roll a strength
think
roll.
damn. We should have
It's a
seen
weird
that.
custom.
It's a weird custom. Oh shit!
It's a
so
weird
my-
custom.
You know, I have a -2, so
Okay, well that's still okay though. So he pulls it and like he starts pulling you towards him, but then you can see that the threads are starting to rip and it pulls and it rips into 2 pieces. And he says, I will see you with the other half of my scarlet soon. May your travels be safe, and I thank you very much. He says, also, he says, you need not leave now. You are welcome to camp with us for the night.
That actually.
can we
sounds
have our own sleeping quarter? Or
We don't have
does it
time
to be
to
with you?
camp, my friend. We are running behind. We have to travel through the night.
That's right.
That's
I'm with
we are
Boat Crack.
behind.
This
Okay.
guy's had a good breakfast. He said, "Go kinds of smart things today."
He says,
Diego,
you
I
will
don't want
travel.
to hear you talk about breakfast for a long, long time.
He says, you will travel through the night on these treacherous roads. You are brave. Our hopes
Yes, sir, we are.
are well carried in your hearts. We shall see you again
With your treasure in hand.
with treasure. And my scarlet. Bring back my scarlet.
Clifford, the big red dick, you won't take a shot with me, will you?
He says, by the way, the artifact you're retrieving, you'll know it when you see it.
We're gonna go into a room of fucking treasure, aren't we?
It's gonna be a big ass dick.
All right, guys. So, what do you do now?
I guess we're
I
guess
we're
we head
taking
out.
off.
Yeah, we're
I guess we're
taking
traveling
off.
for the night, right? Wilton's leading this charge here.
Yeah, well, let's light a torch before we go.
Yeah, keep your birds in the air too.
Yeah,
Bird up.
Bird up.
birds.
Thank you. That's how
Birds.
Adam.
Okay,
Fucking Eric
so
Andre.
yeah. Okay, so you have a essentially this is day 1, so you have like 9 more days worth of travel in order to get to Stovehurst, but you guys can always move in an accelerated pace and try to cut that down a little bit. We'll just have to do a few rolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys want to try to accelerate it?
Yeah,
Yeah. We're just gonna try
preferably.
All right, forced march.
to March. Hell yeah.
All right, guys. So everybody roll a d20 Constitution roll. Constitution bonus.
Oh shit.
What the fuck
My
on?
name- my
I
name
got a
hasn't been
plus
changed
2,
yet.
so mine's a 10.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I
You guys
got a
also
19.
roll with advantage because I just realized like almost all your gear is being carried by the mule, which makes it a lot easier to travel.
Oh, that's better. Thank goodness. Oh
Shit.
You
I like
already
how
got a good roll.
I like how Wilton leads the charge and then he just like tiredly slows down.
So Wilton Bonecrag, luckily, I mean, he's good with endurance anyway. It's part of his training. And same thing with John Gilmore. But yeah, you guys, I would say you guys are doing pretty good. So yeah, with this cumulative rolls all together, you guys managed to press a forward march, and you're able to cut off 3 days of travel time. So it's going to take you 1 week to get there.
So and then a little sword flips in the map and cuts it, meaning we're in a battle. Encounter.
Who's that
Rattata.
Pokemon?
Fucking Pidgey.
A fucking Pidgey.
The
And he blows you away.
Pidgey, the last 20 steps I've taken.
Then Welton's gonna catch it. He's gonna be like, mine.
And now we're going to do our updated version of traveling, which is a lot faster. Okay. Uh-oh, but maybe not faster, but safe. We'll find out. Okay, but yeah, you guys are assaulted by bandits on the road. As you guys are about halfway to Stovehurst, out from behind the rocks, a bunch of scruffy-looking men begin to encircle you. 6 of them. They tell you to they say, lay down your weapons and give us your gold.
I fucking grab an arrow and knock it and draw my bow back and shoot it at the closest person's face.
I put my blades in my hands. I go, how about you go fuck yourself?
Okay.
I think we're getting
as you
an initiative, right? Or what?
Yeah, as you guys begin pulling your weapons out, battle begins. They realize you guys aren't giving up easy, and they start moving towards you.
You guys, okay, picture the badass like fight thing. The fight's getting ready, and we're all
Oh my
we're all trying to get a one-liner off, and it just sounds like a bunch of guys talking over each other, and they're like, "What the fuck are they doing?"
You can see one of them. You can hear yell, "Kill his mule!"
Don't kill my mule!
Okay. Oh no, they're going for the mule. What will you do? Roll for initiative. And then, okay, so John Gilmore is going to go first. Let me explain the field. So you guys are right now on the road. So there is like 20 foot of road, enough for like 2 carriages, to be able to pass by each other. On the sides, there is like rocky terrain, and they came out from behind some boulders, and all 6 of them have spread out, and they're around you. There's 2 of them with bows, and the other 4 of them have various like swords and daggers of pretty low quality.
Nice.
Who's closest to me?
A dagger guy. A
I'm
dagger
going for
guy
him.
with chittering brown teeth and a winking eye. It looks like he's compulsively winking his eye.
Okay, so back into the game. I see
Yes.
that. I go, are you fucking winking at me, dude? Before I rush him
He goes,
with my push blades.
okay, you punch him. Okay.
And I'm gonna
Roll.
rush in and go for a uppercut and then a temple spike with my left.
First one's going to miss.
Shit.
Oh.
Sick.
Well,
Okay, highs or lows, my friend.
let's go high.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. See, you punch right past him, and he elbows your arm down, which brings your head close enough to him where he can bite you, and he bites your ear.
He would be the guy to bite.
Fuck!
Honestly.
You take.
Wait. Didn't somebody lose a piece of their ear to a lizard, or no? Or they just got bit in the ear? I think I'm
Oh,
thinking
I
of
don't
that.
know.
No.
I think I got
Someone
it.
probably got bit in the ear. That sounds.
John, you're taking
you take 2
necro
points
damage.
of. You take 2 points of scurvy damage.
Scurvy damage.
Bitten in the ear.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some limes.
All right, and it is it's all the bandits' turn. So an arrow flies. 2 arrows whiz overhead, weaving in between the two of you. One lands just underneath the mule's belly, and another one lands over by Daigle.
Fuck! Who did attack?
And a guy with 2 daggers jumps over at Daigle with both of them out like, ah! And then a guy and then 2 guys with swords come right at Edgar and another at Wilton.
Son of a bitch.
Oh wait, no, there's one for each of you. Sorry. We're gonna fix that. Sorry. Okay. So Daigle, oh my god, it's a critical fail. He lunges at you and he lands and he like totally misjudges the distance. So he just jumps through the air, yeah, like flying at you, and then he lands on his knees right in front of you. But because his knees have friction because of the pants, his face goes bam and slams right into the ground. Like he lands on his knees and goes like, what? Bam!
Like the worst bandits.
You get an attack of opportunity.
Me?
Yes.
He's bugged by the fucking 6 Stooges.
This guy sucks. Oh my god. Yeah, go ahead and roll that.
Okay.
Diggity dig.
20. Ooh.
Yeah.
With
Does he roll
plus-
another?
Oh,
The plus-
this guy's prone. Oh, yeah. Roll
Plus
another
3.
one. This guy's prone, and his face is in the ground. So yeah.
Oh, so 2. With the plus 3.
You actually get +5 with your proficiency bonus plus your dexterity +1.
Oh shit.
So 15, and that's gonna hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
First day on the job. I fucking plunged my dagger straight into him.
3 plus what's your dex modifier?
3.
Oh shit, and then
So
plus
6.
another one because you're using a knife. So that's
knife,
7
yes.
damage. Excellent. You plunge your knife down into him and he goes, fuck! Oh god!
There
A
is no
sword.
god, motherfucker.
A sword is swung at Edgar. Does a 14 hit?
It's 12.
Yep, you get hit. You take 5 points of damage as he comes up to you and he puts his hand out and he kind of like he slaps your face and then he hits you with the pommel of the blade and then whacks you with the blade on your shoulder. The blade is really dull. It's mostly bruising you. And then at Wilton,
Quit, aren't you?
that's gonna miss. And then the sword coming at our friend John. There we go. That's gonna miss too.
Dopey.
Okie dokie. Wilton's turn. Mr. Bonecrag.
So he's right next to me. Since my bow got a knife on it, I take my bow and I just fucking stab it in that motherfucker's that's right next to me because he just missed me with the sword, so he should be standing in close proximity. So I just stab it right in his head.
Okay, dude. Yeah, roll it.
The
Nice.
Hawkeye of our group.
Damn it.
I mean, you've had
This-
2 20s. You're due.
Awful.
You go to stab him with your bow, and the guy dodges out of the way, and he's like, "That's not how you use a bow,
Ooh, my bad.
stupid."
Toxic.
I do a barrel, well, like I just like a tumble roll away. Like I just
Okay, roll dexterity.
there we go.
Okay, you do a tumble roll away, and so you're now like 10 feet away from him with your bow.
Beautiful.
Killer. It's Daigle's turn.
What if my piece of shit bird didn't warn me about these motherfuckers that were right here?
You didn't
What the hell
send
were
them
they
up?
doing?
I was thinking
I
about
thought
that
we
the whole
said bird
time.
up.
But
Oh, you
never,
did say bird up.
I was thinking about that the whole time, but I was like, God, maybe they flew too
It's not a
far.
big deal because these guys are clowns anyway. I'm kind of
Yeah.
having fun with this.
We're
but-
just gonna say they were really well hidden behind the boulders. The birds.
Yeah, or
didn't
the
notice.
birds, or they're so fucking clumsy, the birds didn't consider them a threat.
These guys are great at hiding. They're way better at hiding than they are at fighting. So
Did he get up? Did this guy
Diggity
get up?
Daigle. He's still on the ground.
Can I kind of go for the pin of? Can I go for his neck? With my dagger.
Oh,
While he's still on
absolutely. Yeah, you have advantage because he's
So-
he's fucked up.
So I roll 2, right? Or I guess that's good
gonna
enough.
hit, but roll again anyway because you might get a 20.
Oh,
Okay.
Shit, sorry.
Hey, don't roll again, just again.
Oh, last.
Now that's -3 to your original roll. No.
Damn it.
All right, that does 5 damage. Okay, that's gonna kill him.
Nice.
Take that, you fucking newbie! I fucking take out my other dagger and I fucking stab him.
Oh, nice. You stab him in the throat. His lifeblood empties upon the cold cobbles.
Is that the second kill you've gotten? Or is that the same guy?
It's been a couple.
Same guy.
Oh, same guy.
Oh, okay, that's what I was wondering.
Edgar's turn?
Is he like hella close to me since he swung that at my shoulder? And
He's right next to you. Yeah,
connected?
he's engaged with you. Melee.
Can I stab my
Sexy.
knife? I want to try to stab my knife right into a
Congratulations.
swinging arm's wrist and then fucking slice, down.
Ugh. Okay, roll a d20. And yeah, you're
Me.
proficient with knives, so that's good.
Yeah, 13.
Okay. I don't know if there's about. Okay, 13. That's still gonna hit. It's gonna hit this guy anyway. So go ahead, roll damage.
3 knife, 1d4 plus 1 damage.
Nice, 4 damage. Okay, yeah, you stab it right into his forearm. He looks down at it and he goes, "Ah!"
Did I get to carve it down like I wanted to?
Oh, you pull it down an inch, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good when someone swings a blade at you.
He's learning.
Completely
He looks like he
unprovoked.
might be learning a lesson. John's turn.
Okay, so I'm slightly bent over because you just bit me in the ear, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna drive my right dagger, my right push dagger, right into his groin and try to drag my left one across his stomach.
Oh my god. Alrighty. Roll them bones. Oh my god. That's the
Hell
groin
yeah.
shot. That's the fucking groin shot. 5 XP. That's a nat 20.
Oh, I got a fucking 1 last time, so.
Yeah, and because you smashed his groin right now, you're gonna get advantage on that second hit because that just makes a lot of sense for right now because you got a crit on the groin.
And then is the +5 to hit?
Yes, and that's also gonna hit. So both of those
Okay,
hit.
yeah.
So roll double damage for your first hit. That's how your crit works. Nice. 6 + 1, that's 7, and then 10 all together. Oh, that's gonna take him out. That takes him out.
Cool.
Jeez.
So fucking 1
Entrails everywhere.
sliced up his balls and 2
Monster!
split his stomach open. And
So
I'm
you-
bent over. I probably got that shit on my shoulder.
Yeah, when you smash
when
him
you-
in the groin, he goes, and then you cut him across the belly with your other punch dagger, and he just falls
Damn,
down
dude.
holding his intestines, and he's like, he looks up at you and he goes, and he dies.
Good old John, nuts and guts.
That's good.
That's your signature. That's your signature move now. Is nuts and guts.
Nuts and guts.
Do the split fucking punch in the nuts like Johnny Cage.
Ooh, does a 17 hit Wilton?
Does a 17 hit Wilton? I have 16, so yeah, it does.
Let's talk about the
All
rules.
right. You take 6 points of damage as an arrow embeds itself in your ribs.
Oh,
Damn, that's fucked up.
6 point. Oh, wow. That was like a perfect roll.
Yep. And okay, and then a 10 is going to miss Edgar. But yeah, okay. Now, Edgar, the guy who you've stabbed into his arm, he's just swinging wildly with his blade at you now. A 13 to hit. I think that's going to hit. And that does 4.5 damage. No, 4 damage. Wow.
That half point is your last fucking life. Is what it is.
I only have 4 HP right now. How can I running low?
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So he whacks you with his sword again. He hits you in the head with it this time, and your vision goes a little blurry for a second, but then you like shake it off. Now there is one more person engaged. Is there not? Oh, nope. You guys. Nope. That's it. Okay. And it is Wilton's turn.
Beautiful. I want to shoot that motherfucker that came at me originally that I tumble rolled away from.
Dude, if you hit this, you have the coolest move in the game right now because you just like did a somersault backwards and pulled your fucking bow.
Fucking dodge roll shot. Bam.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that hits. That hits.
That's so fucking dope.
Oh my god. Roll damage. Roll bones.
Shit. Was that the 4? Yeah, I think it's that
Shit,
one.
fuck.
Yeah.
No, you shot him with an arrow.
Oh yeah, huh? I gotta roll the other one, huh? 6 with a +5 to hit, or it says +5 or +3 to the D8.
Okay, yeah, so 9 damage.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so it hits him right in the chest, and he immediately he looks down at it and he goes, ah! And you can see that he's turning. He looks like he's about to run.
Can I shoot him again?
No, you only get 1 shot per turn, but upon
I wanna
leveling,
run
you guys
at
are
him.
gonna get more attacks soon, huh?
I'm gonna sprint at him then. I'm gonna
You're just
tumble roll towards him. Actually,
Okay, roll it. Roll it. D20.
let me switch.
I just
Roll
picture
the
doing the
dex,
link thing on Zelda.
There we go.
Dude, you and your rolls today, man.
Okay, so essentially what you guys have seen in the last 12 seconds is Wilton try to stab somebody in the head with his arrow, with his fucking knife on his bow, and he rolls away and shoots the guy in the chest. The guy screams, and then he rolls towards him and gets right up next to the guy. It's
Stamina on this creature. My turn.
Yeah.
Can I turn and then I can I tackle the guy that's on Edgar, and then I want to question him.
Sure.
If I could tackle him and then put a knife through his throat.
All right. This is going to be a strength check because it's going to be like a grapple if you're trying to
Okay.
knock him over or get a hold of him. It's a strength.
Oh fuck.
Is that -2?
Yeah, -2.
Okay, so he has to do a contested roll. Let's see how that goes. Oh, he fails. So you successfully tackle him and land on top of him.
And I'm gonna put a dagger to his throat. Where'd you come from? If you wanted to kill us, you would have done us in the dark. What do you want from us? You want information? Huh?
He says, I just want you gold. Please don't kill me. He looks like he's out of the battle now. Like he's not trying to fight you, but we're on.
Am I bleeding?
Time.
I'm bleeding right now, right?
Oh yeah, he is bleeding from his wrist, right? The guy.
I was
that
wondering
tackled.
if I'm bleeding.
Oh no, but
Yeah, you're bleeding too.
I want to rub my blood in his eyes.
Oh my god.
Hey, well, it's your turn.
Yeah. You little bitch. And I rub it in his eyes. I was like, let him go, Daigle.
He's like, why is this happening? Please.
because you fucking attacked the gods.
I'm so sorry. Just let me go. I'm so sorry.
We'll let you
Yeah,
go.
we didn't lose nobody.
You
Except for I
attacked the
might get
gods.
tetanus. Except for my
He says, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I need your gold. I want to eat your mule.
Now repent.
Ferris Mueller.
Most people just pay. It's John's turn.
Is there anybody else
Edgar, are
near?
you doing anything? Are you attacking the guy or no?
Nah, I was just saying let him go because, no harm. They didn't kill any of us. We're still alive.
Okay, so as a
okay.
free action, Daigle, you can let him go, but you just have to tell me.
Yeah.
I rubbed poison in his eyes. My blood got
You
poison.
have poison in his eyes?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You blinded him.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I was
wow.
saying.
I
Yeah,
forgot about
realized-
that. Yeah. Oh, it's happening. The poison is Edgar blood.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me. Okay.
Get your revenge on that. He's like,
Oh
"You
my
made me
god. So
bleed."
So dial back a little bit. As the poison gets rubbed into his eyes, like he's like, oh, why is this happening? Just like he yelled before, except now he's rubbing at his eyelids. He's like, ah, ah!
Daigle, let him wander off holding his eyes. I want to see him run.
This is what happens when you attack gods. Now repent, boy. Go back. And if you could tell anyone, any peasant that's thirsty for any flesh of any man, tell them that you met with the gods of this godforsaken town. We're back.
We're back. Oh shit, dude. Okay,
Slop
it's John's
Tops.
turn. You can see like he is shaken, and like he's especially shaken. He can't even see you as you're saying all this crazy shit to him because his eyes are fucking burning and red. It's John's turn now.
Remember the name Sloppy Sisters.
Okay, so
Slop Tops.
is there anybody else still fighting?
There's two archers who are beginning to look less and less less and less
I say one
inclined
more
to
thing?
stick around.
Can I say one more thing?
How far away
We're the
is the
four
closest one?
sloppy sisters of the Slopocalypse.
How far away? How far away is the closest one to me?
About close enough where you could run up to him.
Okay, before I run, I said, "Well, you heard him drop the weapon." As I'm, yeah.
Okay, do a intimidate with advantage. Roll 2d20s.
Ooh, tell them to drop their arrows too for Wilton.
Willie.
That'd be sick.
Oh, it's a
Shit.
nat 20.
Oh, you got one, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, right away he just
this episode.
he pulls the buckle off of he just pulls the quiver right off of his arm and like throws it down on the ground. He throws his bow like in front of you, and you can see that his bow is just made from like a bendy tree limb and like a rope that he's found, and the arrows are also like kind of crappy too. He throws him down on the ground, and you can see he's just like backing up. His eyes are wide.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up, grab him, tell him, "Give me the rest of your shit."
Just take it, please, take it. He empties out his pocket, and you can see that there's like a 3 silver pieces fall to the ground, and a pack with some like moldy bread.
Okay, now I'm gonna go. I ought to kill you, but you better fucking run before I change my mind because you got like 5 seconds.
Okay, and it's his turn now. He says, "Thank you, good sir," and he runs away. He goes running into the distance off of the road. And the other bandit with his bow, he goes running the other way. He doesn't throw down his bow and arrows, but he just goes running away.
I want to. Okay, since he didn't drop his stuff, can I yell to Wilton to shoot him?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Well, I'm
Like,
chasing
he didn't-
down.
Combat is over
someone.
now, so you guys can do whatever you
Okay.
want.
You guys, I
What
think we
about
just
the guy
met
I
him on-
tumbled rolled at?
I think we
Yeah,
just
but
met
he
him
took
on
off
Monty
running.
Python.
Oh,
Did he?
I think we
Yeah.
just met Monty Python.
A little pussy.
Yeah, so he is running very slow because he has an arrow sticking out of his chest, and he's really fucked up right now. He's like almost dead. And then the other guy is just taking off into the distance. So there's 2 guys running on one side of the road and one guy running on the opposite side of the road. Towards the south is Stovehurst, so that's kind of where the other guy's running, except he's not anywhere near Stovehurst yet. And the other guy's running north. Oh, the other 2 guys are running north.
yeah. I'm gonna pick up the
What do you want
silver
me to
and
do? Shoot the
search
archer?
the rest. Yes, he didn't drop his stuff. Kill him.
Can I shoot the archer then?
Yeah, you have time to make 3 shots.
1, 2, 3. 8, 1, and 9.
The 9 is going to hit because that's +5.
Nice.
So yeah, roll for damage to hit the archer. Yeah.
I can just picture a
Shoot him in
fast
the
forward
knee.
into the future, and there's a whole town surrounded by Wilton's tree, and he's
Was
just
that with
like
a +3
God of
to 7?
Okay, yeah, so that hits him, and it hits him right in his ass cheek, and you can hear in the distance, "Motherfucker!" And Yeah, he's slowed down now. Like he's trying to run away, but he's like just like limping. The other guy with the arrow in his chest, you see him. He's like trying to sprint, and you see he just falls forward.
That's
onto
the one
the
I was
ground.
telling him to shoot. Was the one with the arrow in his chest.
Oh well, that guy just falls down onto the ground. The other guy gets shot in the ass, and then a few seconds later, the other guy just falls onto the arrow that's sticking out of his chest.
Can I shoot at the other guy again?
Yes. Yeah, you have enough time now that he's slowed. That's gonna hit. What the fuck, dude? 1s and 20s. Everybody's all about
Last
the
episode was such bad rolls. In this episode, maybe it's like, hey, y'all deserve this.
Yeah, Wilton, by the way, you get 15 experience, I think, altogether for all these.
20, sir.
Save
I
the
got 3
points for
20s and
me.
one-
Goddamn.
And don't even roll this. It's gonna kill him for sure.
Okay.
Actually, roll damage if you want to feel good, but you don't have to.
I'm gonna do it.
All right, 2 8s, I mean.
Bam.
Yes. So 10 plus 3, 13 damage. For sure, dude. You shoot the Adam apple out his neck, Holmes.
I'm gonna start looting bodies, taking the silver that was dropped, and tossing.
That was the grossest Robin Hood reference, like type thing ever. Take an apple off someone's head, you shoot Adam's apple.
I'm tossing the bundle of arrows that the guy dropped to Wilton and keeping the silver, which was 3, right?
Yep. Yes.
And then I'm gonna loot the other guy I killed.
These are garbage, rusty tipped arrows with.
I just fixed those shitty arrows on the side of the mule.
Yeah, you can use them
you're gonna
for
fix them?
shittier prey.
Like, well, I'm just gonna put the quivers on the side of the mule, so they can be this like backup arrows or some shit.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So just write down that you have an extra. Let me roll this really quick.
Just put shitty arrows on mule.
You have an extra 12 shitty arrows.
Guys, Wilton is for sure going to settle eventually back to that tree. He's gonna have a whole village around that tree, and it's gonna be called Bone Gaia.
I picked up 3 silver off of the from what the bow guy dropped, and then I went and looted the corpse of the guy whose groin I tore out.
Okay. Amongst these, so you check. This is 2 guys. You've looted 2 guys.
Yeah, the 2 I killed, or the one I killed and the one that I intimidated.
Okay, you find another 4 pieces of silver.
Dopey. God damn it.
And then, of course, a rusty longsword. And there's some daggers.
Well, I don't need those.
It's a good place to set up camp. I'm not feeling too hot, guys.
We probably shouldn't be. We should probably set up camp in a little ways away from all the people we killed.
Maybe.
But
you don't eat where you shit. You don't sleep where you kill.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I just go to sleep then. I go lay on the ground. Do I have a bedroll with me? No, do not. I don't even know if I have a tent on me.
I have a bedroll and a tent I can set up. If no one else has it, we can stuff in and spoon.
I can stuff in that bedroll with you.
Okay.
What Daigle said.
I mean, yeah. I probably don't need the goddamn bedroll because I have padded fucking armor.
Nice. Okay, so you guys.
Wait, can I go up to Edgar real quick? Sorry. What the fuck is in your blood? Are you a demon?
No, but I'm getting extremely close.
Fuck. I've seen what you've done. I've seen what you've done to that man. What the fuck? You're fucking.
No, that wasn't a man. That was a vermin. We exterminated it.
Vermin.
Well, no, we exterminated his friends. I guess we didn't really, but he'll spread the word. Maybe we'll get a little bit of a reputation out here. Probably stop weaker prey.
That'll work. He is a vermin, and vermin are good for spreading. So.
I notice I'm calling them prey instead of predators because they're not. No.
Yep. So you guys, if you look at the map right here, you guys are essentially just north, like on the road, just north of the Madrasardis ruins. So that's where the guy with the blind that's been like got the poison in his eyes. He's like running south that way. The other 2 dudes that were running north are dead. And you take watch for the night. It is an uneventful night, and everybody heals for 1d6 plus your constitution. Go ahead and roll it. That's how much you
+2.
So 7. 7 full health again.
I'm at 8. Now I'm
You
back
have
to
health
what the
potions, don't
first
you?
fucking game. No, I gave you my health potion. That's why I said. That's why I said earlier when whatever Aaliyah,
Yeah.
whatever Aaliyah said.
Okay,
Aaliyah
cool.
said something to you about whatever I said. Well, you better be alive after I wasted my only health potion. If
So-
you drank my health
that-
potion before that math.
The medicine that I have with me, can I share some with Edgar?
Yeah, it's one use, but it is a health potion.
Wait, isn't
Okay.
there? Wait, did it? Oh no, wait, no, that's madness. Never mind. That's
Hey,
insanity.
Edgar, it's sort of sweet as whiskey, but go ahead and take a shot of it. Go ahead, just down the hatch. There you go.
All right, I'm gonna drink it then.
Excellent.
What does that mean?
You heal 5 points of damage right away, and then in an hour you heal another 4 damage.
Oh, I'm at max again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Feels good. You're as healthy as a horse, right, horse boy?
I guess this. I'd say thank you, Daigle, but I guess we're even now.
All considering I got shot with an arrow, so I mean,
But
that's
because
cool.
we're all brothers,
Yeah.
I thank you, Daigle. Yeah, but I
Good thing they were
I was
shitty
fine.
ones.
Yeah. Good thing there's fucking rubber tips.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
getting shot with an airsoft gun.
It's like a fucking paintball gun, point blank.
Yeah,
in the
Edgar
ribs.
literally got whacked in the head with a sword. Like, luckily, it
Yeah.
didn't chop his head off because it's fucking, it's all dull.
No, it's cool if it did chop me in half because then I would just split into 2 people because I'm a cartoon character.
Alright, obviously we eat, drink. Let's go. Let's get back on this road.
We eat, drink,
Okay.
circle jerk, and Slop Tops.
Oh, you all come.
The birds are
Oh yeah,
circling.
bird up. Yeah, there you go.
Bird up. Okay,
You
bird
guys,
up.
I didn't come.
Noted. You say, "Oh, I didn't come."
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't come.
I didn't even come.
Oh, dude, if Edgar ever dies, my next character is gonna be Droopy Dog.
Yeah. You arrive several days later at the gates of Stovehurst. You can smell burning coal and pumping refineries. Honestly, the acrid smell filled your nostrils. You see black smokestacks rising above the stone walls. You see the walls come to a corner, seeming like a massive triangle from this side. The almost imperceptible silhouettes of guards walking the high, turreted walls seem like the shadows of ants. As you come closer to the towering gates, you are greeted by 2 guards bearing flags which represent the 5 saints of the Sacramentus Orthodoxy and the Iron Ring of Stovehurst. Hark, travelers. Who goes there?
Let's say we are from Mises Mercenary College. We are here for a job. We may be a little bit late.
He says, Lord said there'd be mercenaries here soon. Open the gate. And the men up top there, the 2 standard bearers move aside on either side of the road and just stand looking straight like into the horizon past one another. And the large gates to Stovehurst opened up. And you can see inside a bustling city midday. There's a bunch of people like moving about in the streets. It's got cobblestone pathways. You can see that the houses are all like pretty well built. You can see that they're down the main strip, that there are taverns. There appears to be an arena. There are various houses of worship. The city is actually shaped in one large pentagon, and you can see, judging by the color scheme, that each corner of the city is dominated by the worship of one of the 5 saints.
Can I whisper to Wilton? Bone crack. John's quite the beguiler. Oh, I would have thought we had to make it our way through the front gate with just a couple of ladders. If a couple guys wear a couple of ladders, we're just carrying on our food, they'd let us right in. It happens everywhere.
I want to look at the skyline of the city and look for a clock tower.
You can see in the central square, where there appears to be a bunch of people trading. You can actually see there are a bunch of like weapons and armor as well as food. That there is a huge clock tower. It's got 4 big like wooden posts that are just like timbers from enormous trees that line all 4 of its corners, and then the inside is like stone and brick that's mortared around these massive timbers. And at the very top is a large clock. For the first time, you're actually seeing what time it is, and it is 6 p.m. Or no, sorry, it is 3 p.m.
I was about to say, did you just look at your clock?
Yeah, that's why I think that's why I said 6.
I come up behind John and I start whispering. I'm like, John, what's that giant circle thing?
That's a clock. It tells the time. And Hobart sent me on a mission to gather the Scarred brothers. So you can come with me. I trust you guys now. But I need to.
Hey, boys.
A turn.
A drunken lecher wanders up to you guys. You can see that his he's wearing a rough spun tunic, and you can see that it is torn in the front. It looks like somebody has recently like grabbed his tunic and stretched it, or perhaps he stretched it himself. He's got like saggy skin. He looks a little old, probably in his 50s. He says, "Hey boys, how you guys doing?"
Looks a little old.
As I say, I'm doing fine. I kind of push him away a little bit because he leaned in, so I assume.
Away with you, Vile.
He leans down and he pulls your pant leg and he says, "That's not very nice." And then he just kind of
I said, "Stop fucking touching me."
I spit on him.
He pats you and you spit on him. Wait. He catches it in his mouth.
Also, I want to look very closely at his hand, make sure he didn't grab something off me.
Yeah. He says, "You're not getting enough vitamins."
Can I elbow Bone Crag a little bit? Be like, we're supposed to be representing Miser's Peak.
Spare a coin.
Did he grab something off of me? That's what I'm checking.
Let me get it. Oh yeah. Oh, do
When
it.
he touched me.
He did a check. He touched me. roll a perception. Get perceptual. No, it doesn't seem like anything's amiss.
Okay.
I've been down to him. It's like, you'll get a coin, but you got to do a little something for me. I need the
Dance, monkey.
Not this again.
No, not what you. Well, maybe, I don't know. I'm a little busy now. Where can I find a Severin holy ground?
He stops putting on lipstick and he's like, "Oh," and wipes it off on his arm, and he says, "Severin." He says, "Right over there." And he points to one of the 5 corners of town. It is the the southeast corner, and you can see that there is a black and red standard with a sickle upon it, and it looks like there's like a narrow kind of like Gothic house that, or not Gothic, not house, but like a Gothic structure that's like built into the wall of the settlement.
I put a coin in his hand and it's, thank you for your time.
What kind of coin do you put in his hand?
Silver. Sorry.
Okay, he looks at it. He says,
"1 silver piece."
He says, "No problem. You just the next time I see you, and I'm gonna find an elephant, and because you like is talking about." Yeah, and he backs into an alleyway and falls over a trash can.
Daigle, go get my Daigle, go get my coin back. Just kidding.
And I tell Bone we're supposed to be representing Miser Speaks. That means we rough him up a bit. Let's go get his coin back. I just tell Bone Crag that.
Let's do it. I'll blow it. I go grab the coin back.
Oh my God. So he's still laying there on the ground. Just roll a d20. Just do a dexterity.
13 with a +3.
God damn.
He
you got
doesn't.
plus-
He doesn't even notice. So the coin fell on the ground next to him, and he like fell over this trash can, and you can see that he found something that fell out of the trash can, and he's just laying on the ground eating it. And the coin's behind him. You just walk up and grab the coin.
Is this a gold or a silver piece?
Silver.
Whose coin is this?
It was mine, but I
Edgar's.
didn't really want it back.
Cheers now. Hey.
You hear him mumbling on the ground. That's actually pretty good.
We're
I
in
just walk
Orville
away.
now. Just kidding.
Edgar, do you want to split up for a little bit?
I think that's well, yeah, I got business with
You could take Daigle, I'll take Wilton.
yeah, if that works with everybody else.
Okay, I'm gonna drag Wilton off with me to the clock tower.
You know, that's one of my
Be like,
favorite things.
Wilton.
Can I have a say?
Follow
Can I have
me.
a say? Since who fucking died and made you in charge? All right, John. If I could just have a say.
Well, Daigle,
I knew.
I need a ranged person. I need a ranged person with me. And Edgar's already a ranged guy. I need
That's
someone
fine.
to watch my back.
Dago, I need somebody.
If
who
me and
has
you
a
go together, we
focus
have the same skills pretty much. So that's
It's super
why.
convenient. It's convenient. I get the conveniency. You know, first
Come on,
time when I
you
visit a
guys.
place like a
I can
vacation,
live
it's
so
like
pro with you.
when I go somewhere new, I'm just like, oh, where's the first place I want to go? I'm going to visit the slums first. That's my first experience. I want to go there. I'm on vacation. I want to go to the slums. I might as well check out there, right? Everything's been there. I might as well see where their hot tubs are, their fancy breakfast, all kinds of things, right?
As
Where
far
you
as
guys
the
going?
layout,
Dago, I
I'm gonna
need
be
you
going
over-
to the clock tower with Wilton.
Okay.
I'm dragging him with me, so that way I have a ranged person watching my back.
And me
Okay,
and
Will
Dago
and John
need
head
to-
to the clock tower.
and Dago
But
need to
but
double up
before
on
I
Edgar.
leave, I wanted to see. We're supposed to meet Gren, right? That was the name.
Yes.
We should probably
Where
do
we-
that first before we do anything else. Actually,
So off to the in the northern corner of town, you can see that there's the castle keep, and also there are the green and red colors of Belfort. And you can see that in that area, it seems to be like the wealthiest district of town. And there's like a lot of like Belfort symbols and coloration there, as well as the castle keep, which is where the Archimandrite and what the fuck, Archimandrite, Moastis, and Gren would be.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll head there since Edgar is right. We should do that first. But if we walk past the clock tower, I'm going to go hang my symbol because he just said hang it. He didn't say wait there. I could go back and check later, I guess, right? I can't remember the whole conversation.
He said to hang it high where it's very visible.
Okay, so I guess I'm
On
going
the
to
clock.
go in and try to hang it from the clock or hang it off of something. Walk upstairs on the inside.
If you want, I can go stand up there and hang it off my cock.
oh shit!
Hold on.
John, if you don't mind me asking, why are you splitting us in divisions? Aren't we stronger in a group?
Well, we're all. I said if we walk past the clock tower, I'm going to hang it real quick on the way to the palace.
What does that mean
That's
for
all.
me? What are you hanging? What are you talking? You're
I was
talking
telling
nonsense.
DM that. That's
Oh, so,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm just talking to you why
Yeah.
you want to split us in a group. By the way,
because
two
once upon a
missions.
time-
There's two
I'm-
missions going on.
I'm
and
questioning.
there's
I'm
two-
questioning
And
you.
I told you directly, I need someone who has range to watch my back. And you and Edgar has range to watch your back because you're a close up fighter.
If you could spill the
Wait,
beans for the rest of the group, I don't like keeping secrets.
Might help too with me.
I was tasked with a mission from Hobart.
Yeah, why don't
call-
you tell the rest of us? I don't feel comfortable sleeping next to you if you don't tell me your secrets. Obviously, I tell
I
you
thought
secrets.
I told
You know
them back
things.
before we left. After we got the scars, after we got the brand done, didn't I tell
and
them?
also, once upon a
Yeah.
time, yeah, you said you did.
He mentioned
Yeah.
also that you should do this secretively. Yeah. I'm just let me set the scene. The clock tower is in the center of town where there's a ton of people.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna be going there at night. I guess.
Yeah, and like
yeah.
on the south side of the clock tower, there is a big market square, and then just behind the clock tower, as you're walking through town, you're seeing this. You see a bunch of people like hawking their wares in the center of town. You can see actually like there are some jesters and clowns and mimes and whatnot. There's like fire breathers that are entertaining out there, and you can see that there are people like there are wagons that are like moving iron from one part of town to the other side, just like raw ore, and then bars are going in the opposite direction on carts, and it's like almost a non-stop trail of these carts going through town. And behind the clock tower is a large church. So in each of the 5 corners there is a like a house of one of the saints. That's what they're called, like the saints' houses. And then there is a large like kind of ecumenical church that's behind the clock tower, which is like the orthodoxy for all 5 saints. And yeah, that's what you see as you're going through town.
Okay, but I guess we're going to the palace or whatever that place is called.
Okay, so you arrive at the castle keep after pushing your way through town. Yeah, there's people nodding to you guys as you like walk through. A lot of people just don't seem to pay any attention though. They're just like moving. There's like in this town there are definitely like a few thousand people in this city. You see guards also. I should mention that there are guards patrolling the streets, and the guards are well armed here. They're in like full steel armor with helms, tower shields, and swords. And some of them have
Good
halberds.
Oh wow.
Now heading towards the castle keep, you can see that there is a stationary grouping of 10 guards that stand out in the front. There's 2 that are near the columns that are by the front entrance. Essentially what this looks like is like the Washington like States building, how it has all those giant columns in the front of it. Except for it's also a castle and has 2 large towers as well as a big central structure. There's big iron gates towards the front where there are 2 guards, and then out near the columns there are 2 guards standing near the ones closest to the main doors, and then there are more guards standing near the sides. Okay. Yeah, there's a big garden here. There are willow trees, and there's a pond with colorful fish in it. And you arrive at the gates, and the guards look at you. They stand at attention and raise their halberds, and they say, "State your business. You are entering the grounds of Archimandrite of Stovehurst."
We're sent from Misers. We're here to meet with Grand and Archimandrite.
He says, very well. Miser's company. He says, and he shouts to the back, and he says, they've arrived. And the gates open up, and you can see they just begin leading you into the palace.
So is this pretty much like a fucking Roman type fucking palace? Is that what you were
Yeah.
describing? Because it seems like it. That's what I'm imagining.
Yeah.
I bet you we could still get in here with just a couple of ladders.
Similar colors too, with like the green and the red. But okay, so you can see the big doors open up, and you are greeted at the entrance to the palace by a man. He looks young. He looks like in his 30s, and you can tell that his head is shaved. It's not actually bald. He has a big blonde beard and green eyes, and he's kind of like lanky and a bit hunched over. And he's got like a couple of books in his hands, and he says,
"Thank you for coming all this way." He says, my name is Gren. He says, second hand of Archimandrite Moastis. Saints bless him. You are here about the contract. It is well that you've come directly to me.
Well, thank you for having us. If you can tell us more, that'd be nice.
He says, very well.
all right, so Gren says, yeah, it was good of you to come to me right away. And you asked him, what'd you ask him?
Information on the contract.
Information on the contract.
We got the gist of it, bandits and whatnot.
Yeah, he says, just southeast of town, there's a place called the Livewood. And that's where we believe these bandits have been staying. He says, we're afraid they may they may come to threaten the iron mines, as they are not too far from the area they may be staying. So we've had a few run-ins with them. They don't show their faces too often. He says, but we believe them all to be traitors to the crown, or I mean, traitors to the orthodoxy, and men of Stovehurst who are now disloyal to the Archimandrite.
That is an Archiman right, man.
You get 1 experience point.
He's giving out experience for sick ass puns.
Sick ass puns.
Secret
Everybody
dialogue.
gets now. If you make a sick ass pun, a legit sick ass pun, you get 1 XP.
Oh, Joe's gonna rank up so fast.
It's a new rule.
Okay. Says, yeah, so they're out there in the Livewood, just in the southwest of town in the forest that way. He says, we need you to bring us the head of their leader. From his name is Brent.
Fucking Brent. Motherfucker owes me money.
Wilton, A. Brent owes you money.
He fashions himself some kind of leader. He calls himself Brent of the High Oaks.
You hear that,
Brent
Wilton?
the Bashful is what
You
he's gonna be called when I'm done with him.
Wilton, he's claiming a rank with a tree. You better get him.
My eyes glisten.
His eyes do glisten.
I still
He's
can't
doing
get
that-
used to
You
that.
guys,
shit.
he's doing his tree thing again. All I can think about is how the toad on Futurama's eyes start doing that.
Graham looks over and
Especially-
he says,
What's with your eyes, guy? You on drugs?
Bone crab in
Yeah.
its current state, I
Little
can
bit.
explain you. It's a phenomenon.
Okay.
I can say that blood is thicker than
Fair
water
enough.
and sap is thicker than blood. And so this man is on his high horse and he's going to kill anyone that claims himself to be a tree. Let's just leave it at that.
He says, yeah, I get
The
what you're
fuck
saying.
did you just say?
I don't know.
Gren says,
He says, you can take this here.
he opens one of the books, and you can see that the book doesn't have any pages in it. It just has like these wooden tablets, kind of like these bars, and on them are like a series of symbols. Like you can see, like there's like a knight and a horse and like a roof and like different like little symbols on these. And he pulls out one of the tabs. You can see it kind of like unhinges and like pops out, and he gives you this wooden tab, and he says,
you can take that to one of the taverns and they'll put you up for the night. He says you have to come back for more if you need them, but we're hoping that you take care of this quite quickly. Misers is very reputable, and we want to see some good work out of you. Efficiency like our iron.
We will do our
Oh,
best.
you'll get good work out of us.
Speaking of iron, what do you got for blades for sale around this place?
He says, yeah, you're welcome to. He says, I'm sure you guys have gold already. You're welcome to go down to the Smith's Lane. Oh, wait, he says, you're welcome to go down to the square to buy all your goods. Make sure to stay off of the Smith's Lane. It's off limits to all who do not wear a crest of the Smith or a guard's cloak. So,
I don't like the way he put emphasis on go down.
and he looks over to you, Wilton, and he says, and if you are on drugs, he says, you go ahead and stay away from the southeast part of town. He says, those Severn cultists don't take well to that type of behavior.
I just walk away.
He says, yeah, well, get to work.
So I say we let's go check out this steel stuff that they got here.
Hmm.
Supposed to be
says-
some of the best.
He turns back over his shoulder and he says, I hope you enjoy all Stovehurst has to offer. One of the greatest cities in all of Medenvard. Guards, see them out. And he walks back into the building and the doors close behind him. As you guys exit the castle, you see all of the smoke coming up from the lane of the smith where the forges are ever burning. You hear the murmur of the people in the streets become quieter as the sky becomes darker. All of the wonderful scents of fall that you smelled upon the Miser's Peak are all gone, entirely turned to the acrid aroma of coal and the metallic tinge of iron in the air. We leave you now as you go to find lodgings for the night or to gather supplies before taking the travel into the live wood to hunt the bandits. Boom, boom, boom.